Hi, this is Sullivan Niles, giving you my latest web video, and this video is about one of my favorite and best animes that I've seen in a while, Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist is a series about two boys named Edward and Alphonse Elric. They use you see, alchemy is a sort of equivalent exchange where you change one object for another, like a balancing act. For example, when you want to make something out of nothing, make something into something else, use some kind of special circle called a transmutation circle, where you balance out the energy of the object and the mass of the object that you're trying to do, and change it into something else. For example, you see this remote? If I want to, I could take it apart and the insides, and turn it into something else. I could turn it into any shape, like a rock, or maybe like some kind of cup in plastic. But that's how the way alchemy works. Everything has to be a balancing act. Like, for losing something, you gain something. Like, for example, you lost the form of the rock, lost its form to become the cup that I just talked about. But there are certain alchemy rules that you cannot do. Despite everything you don't know, you cannot do this. This is called human alchemy. Where you experiment on a human body. That's human transmutation. But that is forbidden. That is the forbidden form of alchemy, because that alchemy has dark consequences and reveals dire properties, and can be very dangerous for the person who uses it. How? Let's put it this way. Both Edward and Alphonse are just two young boys. They're just little kids that lost their mother to this terrible disease, and they wanted to use human alchemy to bring her back. Human transmutation. But what they did was a very horrible and bad mistake because of what they've done. Because what they did, they brought back this thing, this non-human thing that was not their mother. It was sickening. You wanna know how sickening? Cross Resident Evil. Imagine Resident Evil mixed with Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, it's that. Yeah, it looks like that. It's that nasty. I gotta admit, they also paid another price. You see, Alphonse lost his body, and Edward lost both his right arm and left leg. What happened to Alphonse? Apparently, Edward used his blood to create what you call a blood seal. He bound his soul to an armor made of metal. And Edward's body and Edward's arm and leg was replaced with automail. Think of it as like some kind of metal armor and body parts. Like, imagine how Iron Man wears a suit of armor to protect himself and also to heal his damaged body, with the heart reactor. It's the same thing, but instead of the whole body, it's just the limbs. And it's like, the automail is pretty cool. You can use transmutation turns the metal armor to his weapon. That's very tricky and very unique. And that very same metal properties is also the reason why he's called the Full Metal Alchemist. Although I gotta admit, he does freak out when they confuse his brother with the Full Metal Alchemist, because he is a suit of armor and he's not. And when people look at him, he's so short and he goes ballistic. It's a funny it's funny, but you gotta admit, you kinda like the series. There is a way for the boys to get back their bodies. They want a way. They weren't looking for a special magical object called the Philosopher's Stone. A fairy stone that could amplify alchemy to the point where they think they can get their bodies back. But each alchemy has a price to pay, especially with the Philosopher's Stone. They even joined the state military and became state alchemists. You see, in their world, the military are what you call oppressors. In that world, it's a completely different one from this one. You want to know how? Well, simple. Science and religion rule this world. Archaic alchemy rules that world. Basically, they have everything in their world is the same, except magic instead of science. And you want to know the best part? No Hitler in that world. Yeah, it's like that. I said no Hitler. Meaning, they had a Fuhrer, but it's not that kind of Fuhrer. Well, he's still psychotic and ordered the massacre of billions, but that's just part of the story. Unless you watch it, then, but I'll put the link down. I promise you. Full Metal Alchemist is a good series. Enjoy, because Edward and Alphonse, even though Edward is a state alchemist, he's dedicating his life not just because he's a state alchemist, because he needs the Philosopher's Stone to heal his arms and his leg and to get his brother his body back. He wants his younger brother back. He's willing to sacrifice anything at all to get his brother back. It's a journey about two brothers who are going on this long journey, and they're becoming heroes. You see, in that world, the state alchemists are what you call dogs of the military. I said that before. They abuse, oppress, and convince mass occupations of power, or using alchemy and warfare. But they're a little different because they're still young, so they don't know the grim we're fighting complete another warfare. But I guarantee you, these boys, even though they work for the military, they do want the Philosopher's Stone, but they just want to heal themselves. And they're becoming heroes. And outstanding bad guys, but they're outstanding bad guys. It's proving that these people that you can trust, and they're becoming friends along the way. Hey, there's also some characters you get Brigadier Armstrong, the State Alchemist, the Flame Alchemist. The Flame Alchemist, who's supposed to be like their guardian, like the one who found them after the human's transmutation failed. But that's what you get from this. I am a big Full Alchemist fan, because this series was adventurous. Even though these boys are going on a long journey, putting their lives on the line, I tell you, it's worth it. Because this series is worth the watch. And even though they're young, people are still trying to use them. Well, technically they're not people, they're monsters. If you watch the whole series, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And you know what's the part I like? I really do like this series. And part of me hate myself for this, because I was recommended this by my cousin, who recommended this from another friend of his, who was also a big anime fan. If I knew that this video was going to be this good, I wished I punched myself in the face because I didn't see this sooner. Because this was a good series. And don't even get me started on Brotherhood. I need to get on Brotherhood right away. I need to get on that right away. I put the link down in the description of this video. And trust me, Full Metal Alchemist is worth the watch. Watch. Even all 51 episodes. And then there's the movie at the end of it. Full Metal Alchemist Conquerors of Shambhala, where 2 years passes after the end of the 51st episode, the last episode of Full Metal Alchemist. It continues on, and what happens after the choice is made, and continues forward from beyond what we know from the series. This series is about a balancing act between science and magic, between life and non-life, right? And that's what you get about this equivalent exchange, a balance and order, darkness and chaos. There are certain people who want these boys to accomplish what they good, but there is a price to everything. Some of them will gain friends, some of them will lose friends. I won't say who, but if you watch this series, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's also some of the best characters, like Winry, who is basically Edward and Alphonse's childhood friend. I think Edward has feelings for her, but he's just too stubborn in a minute. But this series is worth the watch. I guarantee you. Please watch it. This is Solomon giving his review of Full Metal Alchemist, the anime series. I put the link down in the description. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Signing off.